girl really mean when she says she wants a masculine man? Well, here's 4 things. She wants you to be chivalrous. No, guys, chivalry isn't. It's just been sleeping for a little bit. A woman will fall into her femininity when you embrace your masculinity. So if you want a lady, be a man. Respect, protect, provide, be disciplined, generous. You get the drift. She wants competitiveness. Here's what I mean. Let's say you're an average lawyer, but your best friend Chad is the best lawyer in the state. Stop at nothing to be like Chad. You don't have to end up like Chad to be successful, but aiming for that will define your success. And women are drawn to men that always seek to be on top. And lastly, be willing to take risks. The top 1% were the same people that were willing to risk it all at some point. Part of being the leader of your family is determining when it's time to take those risks. Have confidence in your decision making and be the voice of reason for your family, because nobody wants a weak anchor.
Let's use her own numbers. 1, she wants you to be chivalrous. Okay, here is the thing, ladies. Chivalry is actually mostly buried, and you queens are the ones holding the shovel. Sorry, sisters, but you can't demand men to uphold their traditional roles and responsibilities while you absolve yourselves of said roles. Being a modern-day strong and empowered woman means opening your own doors and paying your own bills. 2, she wants competitiveness. It is amazing the example she used. It's not enough to date a lawyer, which is a W period. No, if he isn't the top 1% lawyer, she doesn't want him.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
And then women say there's no such thing as hypergamy. Yeah, right. 3! Wait, she didn't state a 3. And she is the one trying to educate others?
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
4, be willing to take risks. Well, I can tell you that in this modern day setting, any man willing to get married in the nearly one-sided female landslide victory family court system is without a doubt a risk taker. Oh, and for those married viewers who jump in the comments trying to preach how they are happily married and only insecure men share the views of my videos, I am a happy gorilla knowing you have been married for years and your marriage hasn't failed. Yet. I think I will close by quoting French author Guillaume Musso. Nothing stays the same. It all gets crushed. It all gets broken. It all passes with time. Moving on.
If you're unsure about the person that you're dating right now, or where you stand, or how you're feeling, I want you to try this. I'm not a fan of rules, but we're going to call it the 80-20 rule. It doesn't really matter what stage in dating that you are, whether you've been dating this person for a long time or they're really new. I want you to ask yourself, are you 80% of the time, at the very least, calm, feeling secure, feeling seen, heard, and understood, feeling safe, feeling like when you go out with your friends, you're not staring at your phone, your entire conversation doesn't revolve around them, your entire mental bandwidth isn't occupied by thoughts about them? 20% of the time, sure, you could be wondering what's going on, or maybe saying, yeah, maybe we should have a conversation about this, or talking to your friends about something that recently happened. You're normal, that's human. It's very much acceptable to have issues that come up and arise. But if you find yourself that almost all of the time that you are dating this person, you are constantly hyper-focused on what's going to happen, where are they, why aren't they texting me, what's going on, what are they thinking, blah, 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 living in that anxious state, then this is time for you to start assessing, 1, is there a real tiger? Is there a real threat? Or are you creating this entire narrative to reaffirm those core beliefs that you're going to be left? And you're so scared of that happening that now you're trying to hyper-focus and, in essence, see if this is going to happen before it actually happens. Or is this just not a relationship for you? Because if you're not able to go out and enjoy your time without somebody blowing up your phone, getting mad at you for not answering, you're constantly stressed, you're constantly anxious, you're always talking about this with all your friends, and you don't feel like you even have a goddamn break, then this might not be the relationship for you. Part of dating and part of being in a relationship is also enjoying your life and living your life. So if it costs you your peace, this is far too expensive.
You know, I have to admit, I get surprised by this dating coach who, to my knowledge, wasn't married when she made this video, when she lays down some awesome advice that not only goes against a woman's nature, it doesn't encompass reality. In a nutshell, she is telling all the queens out there not to feel any anxiety in their relationships. And I would even say that sounds like good advice, except, honestly, you will probably have a higher chance to convince bears that salmon isn't tasty. Come on there, queen. 99.999% of women dating revel in the excitement of all dating insecurity, which goes hand in hand with anxiety. That's literally asking women to be far less emotional and be far more logical in dating. That is not how it works. Strong, independent, liberated Western women feel this irresistible pull to the unstable and chaotic fun Chad/Tyrone's D brings. Sure, Western women will give the PCBS verbal diarrhea of only wanting a good, stable man, regardless if he isn't 6 feet tall, has a six-pack, and makes six figures. But their desires for that top-level player is as strong as a boss babe moth drawn to the single mother life flame. In other words, Community D is the most fun type of D. They are not corny or lame. Well, that's until these queens turn 35 with multiple baby daddies, have that roast beef energy going, and want the thirsty imps to come in and save a 304. All I have to say to that is, I hope Chad/Tyrone's leftovers are tasty.
That's your wife and my kids.
Moving on.
I don't need a man. I want one. Let's dive deeper into this 50-50 topic. Do I want a provider and somebody to take care of me? Do I need one? No. I spend $3,000 per month in rent alone, $1,700 in daycare, and $1,000 in car payment and insurance. And I do that all by myself, not including the fact that I travel and I do fun with my kids and etc. I don't need a man. I can provide for myself financially, but I want that. I want a man who's going to take the lead. I want a man who wants to take care of me. I want a man who wants to provide for me. I want a man who wants to take that weight off my shoulder and allows me to be in my full femininity and in my full feminine energy. And whatever I bring is an additional thing to our home. But I don't want somebody who needs me to do that and then also needs me to be all of these other things, because the reality is that most men do not have everything that a woman needs. They are lacking. They are emotionally and spiritually broken. Let's talk about emotionally broken. A lot of these men have not gone to therapy, have not yet addressed some of the deep traumas that are inside of the depths of their soul, and that affects your relationship. But I, on the other hand, have already gone to therapy, invested in myself in that way, and I have the tools to make sure that I am self-aware, and I'm aware when I'm self-sabotaging or when I'm the problem.
Oh, fam, I can't keep it completely professional on this one. I'm sorry, but that had to be a top 5 worst sales pitch in the entire history of used taco sales. Okay, let me try to get through this. She kicks off by saying she doesn't need a man, but she wants a man. Then says she spends $3,000 a month on rent, $1,700 in daycare, and another $1,000 on a car note, all while flashing a tattoo-filled hand with kung fu gestures. Then she wants a man to swoop in and handle all that. I think the worst thing about this is I have zero doubt there is an imp out there who is so thirsty and desperate that he believes this high SMV delusioned queen is beautiful and deserves a man like him to come in and sweep her off her feet.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that?
On top of that, I am willing to say she probably has a small support group of female friends telling her she deserves a top quality guy because her roast beef energy is stunning and brave. Look, it's cool to have confidence, but at some point, reality has to set in. Also, ladies, because you took therapy, it does not raise your SMV. What it does is help, not lower it. Keep that in mind. There's a difference.
And some men just don't have that. They don't have the tools and they don't have the capacity to do that. So that alone, you're already more broke than I have ever been. Let's talk about spiritually too. I'm not a perfect person, but there are men who do know how to lead a household. A lot of men are too cool for that. And I want and need that guidance. So I don't need a man because I do that all by myself. But I want one that can add to my life. One that can bring a contribution to my life and elevate my life. I don't need somebody to come into my life and cause me undue stress and make me feel like we're roommates and we're 50-50 and then I'm picking up the weight on every other end of the household and running the errands and planning cute dates because, oh, you're not romantic, you don't know how to do it. Like, nah, playa. I take myself on dates now. I buy myself roses. I take myself to dinner. Like, I don't need you for that. I got it. So if you're going to be in my life, then it needs to be something that is adding value to my life. Because other than that, I ain't got no time. Get out of here. But also, I'm going to hold the women accountable because I do feel that there are women who do not have anything of value to contribute because they give themselves away to just anybody. They give their energy away to just anybody. They haven't invested in themselves. They haven't healed their traumas and etc. You got to fix that. And I agree, you deserve whatever you think you deserve, but fix yourself, please. That's it.
Did any of my viewers catch the tattoo on her wrist that shows 3 Rugrats holding hands with mommy? That is what she is offering the champion high-earning next stepdad that comes in. I am sure my male viewers are going to comment on hot dog down a hallway energy with that one. I just have to mention it as she is demanding a man to add value to her life because I am just curious since she clearly doesn't plan to provide her money in large quantities to her next relationship. Then what exactly does she plan to offer which a higher-earning man can't get with a younger woman who has less mileage and baggage? Also, no, Colleen, you don't deserve whatever you think you deserve. You get what you earned, and that includes losing everything you worked for because you made the wrong choice of who to marry. Just ask any man who's been divorced. I don't want to say men shouldn't consider marrying single mothers, as I am sure some of them can turn out to be awesome wives. I am saying that most men don't see it as a wise investment. Either that or they are gluttons for punishment. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.